Aloha, aloha, aloha from Big Island, Hawaii. I am Kāhealani Satchtananda, and it is my great, great pleasure to be back and be with each of you about a very powerful subject and connection. So we will be covering a very, very precious subject about the healing powers of Tesla and of Aloha. So for me, it is a lot like the subtle, sacred secrets of Aloha and the subtle, sacred secrets of the quantum. And those are the same. So we will look at ancient knowledge, Ike Koa, the deep kauna of our wisdom, and modern quantum connection, quantum entanglement, frequencies, energy, and vibrations. So yes, the warmth, the sweet rains and the rainbows. And Michelle, it's on your bucket list. Well, the door is always open. So let's see. The robot wants me to confirm my language is in English, and we're going to talk about that as well. We're going to talk about this new world that we are living in with the technology. So, if you could wave your wand and make something go away, or wave your wand and manifest something, what would it be? What do you want more of? In your health, what do you want more of? In your wealth, what do you want more of? In your relationships? Please let me know, because your intention, as we will see, is everything. So what's your intention for even being here? We want to become more conscious with our living. We want to become more present in this precious moment of life. So just go inside. We got a great, great group. Aloha. People are still coming in. Health, wealth, love, and peace. Yes, yes, yes. We want more of those. What else? Let's see. How about joy? How about happiness? Less divisiveness, more harmony worldwide. Marty, I'm giving you 5. Ooh, that one actually gave me chicken skin, because that's actually why I am here. It is why I have walked on this planet thinking about those very things, and why I have sought to learn the highest truth, because things weren't looking that good to me. And so I wanted to know the truth. I wanted to know not just the game of life and how to play it. I wanted to know the game of life and how to win it. And that has been my search. And I've done pretty good. And I'm here to share it with you so that you can have an easier path. You know, Tony Robbins, his whole success has been from sitting with mentors and coaches and experts and learning from those who have already done it and taking notes and then digesting it in his own words and getting out there and sharing it with others. And that is what I recommend for these times. The world is spinning faster and faster and faster. And so we can figure it out on our own, but I will say it's a lot more fun when you learn from a master, because it shortens your experimental journey. You're trying this out, trying that out. You can learn what works and use it. That is what Ernest Holmes, the founder of the science of the mind, that's how he addressed his life. He studied all of the holy books and he came together with what works and can I use it? And it just got really simple. Does this work and can I use it? So because of the state of the world right now, with honestly a lot of struggle, a lot of suffering for many, we want to minimize that. We want to minimize it in our own lives. We want to minimize it in the lives of our loved ones. And we want to serve the world. So let's begin. So Chi Life, Tesla's healing code, hidden for 100 years. I am Dr. Kāhealani, Kavaola Manaloa Satchtananda, and I'm here to share the sacred Hawaiian way. I am living the greatest love story ever told. How is that? How exciting is that? And what I want to share with you is I haven't always lived the greatest love story ever told. But in my quantum mastery journey, my program that I used to heal my own self as I walked up the mountain of life, when I first started taking charge of my thoughts and my feelings, I was living in the mighty victimized martyr. That was my superstar in my success story. And then later it went to, hey God, if you real, show your face to me right now, because of all of the challenges that were generously hitting me, 1, 2, 3, in all of those areas: health, wealth, relationships. Pretty amazing and pretty intense back in those days, which I've learned so much about. And then I moved into another success story. And that was, where is God? My hair is on fire. And then it went to dancing through the fires of yoga. So now I was starting to learn to apply the quantum teachings, apply the teachings of changing your thinking, changing your life, changing your frequency, changing your life. So dancing through the fires of yoga. And then it went to, this girl is on fire, because I was really beginning to understand this play of consciousness and my relationship to it. And of course, now I'm living the greatest love story ever told. So very exciting, the teachings that I'm here to share with you. So it's a legacy of spiritual nobility, a legacy of love, a legacy of power. It's the medicine of the ancestors and the medicine of the future. And so I asked, what was your intention? What is your intention for even being here in this moment? Is it, yeah, I'm coming to listen. I want to hear what you have to say. Or is it, I'm going to get mine no matter what. She can mess up if she wants to. I'm going to grab that 1, 2, 3 teachings from here, and I'm making it happen. What is your intention for being in this present moment? And so intention comes to purpose, my kuleana of why I am here. And my purpose, my raison d'etre, is to attain and walk in pure aloha in this lifetime, living in inherent oneness. We call it lokahi, honoring my inner greatness and reaching my divine destiny, living in a body radiant with perfect health and a heart in radiant devotion, in sacred courtship with the tangible divine reality of pure spirit, and in honor, walking in the footsteps of the ancestors, awakening into oneness, the true spirit of aloha. And as I achieve my purpose, then my action step is to bless, inspire, and empower others to so love themselves so much that they too will devote their lives to awakening into oneness, making love your way of life, being completely aligned with the divine in perfect and sacred relationship with God, with life, with love, with health, with wealth, inner joy, and perfect self-expression as spiritual warriors returning to the sacred, upholding ancient Hawaiian values, the sacred Hawaiian way. Are we excited yet? So when I look at what's happening in the world, there's so much confusion, ricocheting, angers, blaming each other, struggle, fear, all of these things I realized, I remember one of the battles that were here in Hawaii. And one of the chiefess, her husband went to battle and he lost his life. And she went to fight by his side, Chiefess Manono. And her last shout out was ko aloha la'ea, ko aloha la'ea. Keep your love. Keep your love. No matter what obstacles come, keep your love. No matter what you face, no matter who you are or where you come from, no matter what, keep your love. And so, as we connect here, our mana, our chi, our shakti, our intention is love. And so I always like to honor my ancestors, my mom, for the foundation, because your ancestors are always with you. And when we learn to quiet our thoughts, and we'll speak about that, we're able to hear them, and we can hear their guidance about maybe something that's around the corner that we can't see at the time. So Kina Ole was my mother's offering to her family and her whole life. It's to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. And so from that, as I pursued academics, UC Berkeley for undergrad and then UCLA for dentistry, and becoming one of the pioneers of holistic dentistry back in 1980. I also, in studying the science of the mind, I studied the 5 holy books, Muslim, Hindu, Christian, Buddhist, and Jew, and I studied it with a magnifying glass. It was a most exciting journey for me to understand what the rules of this play of consciousness are. And this kumu is known for kneel to your own self, honor and worship your own being. Chant the mantra always going on within you. Meditate on your own self. God dwells within you, as you, and is you. And we've been indoctrinated to separation and division. And so many could think that this is about a Hindu religion. And we can not understand when we have language or cultural challenges. For instance, the name Ram Dass, if we Google it, it will say slave of a Hindu god. Whoa, we don't want any of that. However, with deeper understanding, it means the servant of the Lord, which has a whole different connotation. And so we do want to educate ourselves about different cultures and things. And so that has been a great part of my walk, especially in doing, I'm an expert of quantum entanglement and in understanding quantum physics. You begin to see that in all of the ancient traditions, it was really the quantum that they were speaking of. So we are here to make magic happen. And we want to use the power of AI. Everyone is speaking about AI these days. I love AI. I love the new technologies. I've been a spiritual therapist for 40 years. And this new technology just makes my job so much easier. So when I look at AI, and now that we have technology, it's easier to convey some very subtle spiritual dynamics, because now our mind, it's something like the 100th monkey. We can see it in technology, and so it's easier to upgrade. And so AI, yes, it means artificial intelligence. Let's up level. It means applied intelligence. And like Tony Robbins says, knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. So when I see AI, it means applied intelligence. And then if we go a little further, it's ancestral intelligence, infinite intelligence, which gets to be the source. So I'm going to share some game changers, and my seva is in the world. I am here to inspire you into quantum mastery, your own inner mastery of your sacred self. And so that is emotional sovereignty and financial sovereignty. Let's honor these lives and show up. And so I was recently, back in 1977 and in the 80s, as a holistic dentist, I spoke at many of the whole life expos where people that were so thirsty for knowledge about nutrition and holistic ways of being and spirituality were so thirsty for knowledge. And so I've been on the podium. Tony and his staff and Louise Hay were patients of mine. And I've been on the podium with Dick Gregory and Della Reese, and it was a portal of awakening back then. And recently, I went to San Francisco to speak at the New Living Expo, and I spoke on quantum mastery. That is my favorite subject. Okay. So I come from a family of seers. Firm are the upright seers of Molokai and their descendants. So there are many ancient chants about the tales of the night rainbow. And this photo is showing, with the fires of Pele, a night rainbow. And those auspiciously appear. And when they do, it is a communication from the heavens. So you always want to be aware of what that communication is for you. And so this land right here is the beach where there was a very significant exchange where a kahuna from Tahiti that had no value for human life attempted to conquer Molokai. And the seers and the kahuna, those that were the ones who know no separation and believe in no division. They stood pono without anger, just with doing the right thing because it was the right thing to do. And they chanted, and the aggressors came and they chanted louder, and the aggressors came and they chanted even louder in love as a response and not in reaction. And a frequency field, an energetic vibration wall from their own voice, their own Shakti, their own mana, and their connection with the heavens created a barrier to where Baal soldiers, their spears could not pierce the frequency. And that was very shocking to the warriors. And then their own aggression ricocheted against the power of the frequency. And their aggression ricocheted back, and they were choking and could not breathe. And it was so powerful that they did not pursue, they retreated, and they were very frightened of Molokai, the kahuna of Molokai, because they had never seen any power in love, any power with chi, with mana, with frequency, energy, and vibration. And so they began to call Molokai the island of Pule'o'o, of powerful prayer. And Molokai was never conquered. And I say that because that is the Ike core, the knowledge that I share with my clients now, because that is the same power that we need to use in our society for those that have no value for human life. We don't want to judge them. We want to see that and allow that to strengthen us with our mana. So it's very exciting times. And so in the Hawaiian language, they also say, "O vai ko inoa." And that means, how are you? However, what that really means is, what is the source of your living waters? What is the source of your living waters? And that's what I want you to learn to ask yourself every single day when you encounter something that doesn't happen the way that you want it to happen. We will learn how to discern and to remember the source of our living waters. Living waters, that is the sacred waters of our being, of which we are, they change the number, 75 to 85% water. We are the living waters of Kane, of God. And so that is very important knowledge for us to have. It's the knowledge that Tesla definitely understood. My brain is only a receiver in the universe. There is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, and inspiration. I have not penetrated into the secrets of this core, but I know that it exists. And so we know that a lot of his knowledge came when he was sleeping, when he was in rest from spirit. And so this is who we really are. We are the energy. We are not the physical body temple. And when you let go of what grips you, you signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. So in my Quantum Mastery course, I support you to monitor your every thought, your every feeling, your every perception, projection, narrative, usually false narratives. The way we're telling the story, our spoken word and our performed actions. Reality is created by the mind in those areas that I just listed. We can change the reality by changing our minds. This is quantum physics. It's all frequency. And we are one with it. There is a power in this universe, and I am one with it and cannot be separated from it. And because of that, I am in courtship. I am in relation. And my every thought impregnates the universe. And the universe says yes. My every feeling, I could even keep it to myself and not tell anyone. But the universe listens. And the cells within my body are resonating. My feelings are giving my body instruction and giving the universe instruction. And my every spoken word. Your power is so strong that whatever you believe comes true. The universe says yes. You are the way you are because that is what you believe about yourself. Your whole reality, everything you believe is your creation. Now, that's powerful. And that's giving you a lot of power. However, if you begin to truly stand on just that, you will see the truth. And you will see how powerful you are. I love using pictures because the truth is that a picture is worth 1,000 words. And it's very true that we have been subliminally compromised because they knew that and we didn't know that. And so we have been indoctrinated through advertisements, through movies of violence and drugs and sex, and we've been seduced into our lowest common denominator. But a long time ago, when I went to Catholic schools, I remember that the nun says, do not look into the eyes of a stranger. And that's because she understood the quantum. That what you meditate on, you become. Even if you don't agree with it, even if you don't like it, what you meditate on, you become. It goes right in, and your reticular activating system is collecting the data, and it's collecting more. When you drive down a street, your reticular activating system knows how many red cars you passed along the way. Our computer system is beyond, and we need to get in the driver's seat of it. And so a part of my quantum manifestation mastery course, we use pictures to ignite our greatness, our divinity. The pathless path opens when you genuinely say, there is no reality but God. There is only God. God is all there is. God is love. Love is all there is. And we can be in right relations to it. These are the Sahara Desert sands. And I have searched for God from here to Timbuktu. So I have walked in the Sahara Desert right with these sands. I have spent the night underneath the African heavens, and light descended upon me and into me with the most nectarian bliss. And when that happened, I knew that everything that it took that got me to Timbuktu, which I didn't even know was a real place, that it was orchestrated by quantum entanglement to have me right there to receive that download from the heavens. Life is so great. So in my work that I do, that is very ingenious and unlike any other, is that I support you to know that your triggers and traumas are sacred portals of transformation. And that's very powerful. And that is aloha. And so Auntie Paki has always stated that the world would turn to Hawaii to search for peace. And I believe that time is right here and right now. And in Hawaii, the aloha spirit is even a law. To be aloha. So this is my kumu, Papa K. Kepalino, 7 generations King Kamehameha, and from the Pele lineage. And he initiated me on the crater of Kilauea by blowing his ha breath into me. And it was a very transformative experience in which I had many, many visions, and my breath began breathing me. And isn't that something? That it is the power of God that is actually breathing you. You're not doing the breathing. And by the way, Pele is reaching, she's active right now in celebration of my trip to San Francisco and back, and in this work that we are doing. And she is reaching 1,000 feet in the air. That is the power of creation. Eh, Pele, Pele, Pele. So the legend of Pele teaches one to be hospitable, generous, loving, and merciful to all who cross one's path. For one knows not the spiritual nobility of whom one entertains. Just breathe in the mana of our connection with the elements, with the ancestors, with the love of life. And so to the left, this is my daughter, Jamie, who was chosen to be the model in a 2-year project of Queen Kahumanu. And this statue was installed in Maui 9 days before the fires. And of course, we were part of those fires. And it's been one of the reasons that I now share my work for donation only, because of what I spiritually experienced moving through those fires. So when we went to San Francisco, I had not been to the mainland for a while, and I thought I entered the Jetsons or something. It was so intense. So the San Francisco airport, there was actually a robot serving my venti latte. And the elevators were talking to you, instructing you, and everyone was so impersonal. They weren't giving shaka, and they were all rushing, and there was an Airbus train, and the doors were opening and closing, and even the plants weren't real. And then I saw a wheelchair robot zip by me and go over to pick up a passenger. And even out on the road, they had cars with no drivers. So the world is speeding up. The world is changing. And so what worked before is not always the best for these circumstances. Before, we relied on security and the laws of the land. And now we are in uncertainty and change and a new way of being. And so those are the laws of the ocean. And so we need to step our game up. And so this is really interesting that they have discovered underneath the pyramids that there are these chi coils, these powerful coils of Shakti and Chi. So we thought the pyramid was already very powerful, but now to know that underneath that, for miles deep, there are these coils. And what's interesting, on the left, this is a column of light that Kahuna Myrna Simeona, who has offered to the world Ho'oponopono, she instructs for us to envision ourselves in this column of light and to envision others, people we might be at odds with, or new business relations that you imagine, and you use your intention, your mana, your Shakti, and protect them in the column of light. And she has a whole prayer that you can find on YouTube that is, I am the I. And it is a quantum entanglement knowledge. I am the I. And so here in Chi Life, I say, I am the E of Chi. I am the E of Chi. Another way of us knowing that we are one with this power of creation. We are one with the power of love, the source. And so just feel the strength of this stalagmite power within us. And that's what we want to be in right relations with. Healthy self, heal thyself. We want to heal our own mana, our energy. Concerning matter, we have been all wrong. What we have called matter is really energy. There is no solid whose vibration has been lowered as to be perceivable to the senses. There's really no matter. There is only light and sound. So we really need to bring our storytelling, upgrade it in ways that we see ourselves as these light beings. That is you, connected by light. And when you stop chasing love and start becoming it, the whole cosmos bows in recognition. You are the quantum. So we know out there, some of the narratives are that we've been lied to and we need to break free from the matrix. And the honest truth is all of the ancient texts, Hindu texts, yogic texts, have always told us the whole world is a stage. That this is the play of consciousness. And so it's not really that we need to break free. However, we do need to come into acceptance of the living power of God that dwells within us. You are the quantum. This universe, it is mathematically exacting, and it responds according to your instruction. You are the quantum. You are the medicine. You are the answer. And your mana matters. What you do with your mana matters. It matters to your abundant flow of life. It matters to the waters within your holy body temple. And so that's what we want to harmonize. And we want to thank the heavens. And we want to learn to stand above the clouds on holy ground where the devoted meet their divine destiny. So I mentioned that we were in the Lahaina fires. These are kahuna from Big Island that did prayers for Maui. And they called me and they asked me to go up on Haleakala to receive their prayers that they were sending. And I'm getting chicken skin right now. And so I agreed. And my daughter and granddaughter and I went up the mountain to receive the prayers. And that's how important we are to each other. When we decide to be great, when we decide to be in alignment with our own power, then we are in a place where we can offer light, love, and strength to others, and it can be palpably felt. I had a whole spiritual experience in going up the mountain. And to the right, it's called the Stairways of Heaven. It's in Oahu. And again, I like to use visuals. So the people that are down fighting traffic, and Oahu traffic is something like LA traffic. It's pretty intense. So they're having their experience down there in the city, which is very different than the experience as we navigate up the mountain of light. And this is an arduous journey, and it is somewhat dangerous. And it's actually illegal now. They don't allow us to do this journey anymore. But it's such a great visual, because in our lives, you get to choose what path you are on. And you can choose to be down there on the ground, fighting it out amongst others that don't know who they are. And it's all okay. That is a choice. We are here to experience the dynamics of this life. And there's no wrong way to do it. Honestly, we get many chances, just like Groundhog Day. You get to keep coming back until you slowly refine and learn and grow. And it's not until you get to where you genuinely care for another that Groundhog Day, that you can leave Groundhog Day. So I like the penthouse suite version. So when my clients get tested, I teach them to choose the penthouse suite. Okay. Do not react, do not pass go. That we learn to respond to life instead of react, because we're taking care of our Shakti. We're taking care of our chi. We're taking care of our life force, our mana. And so we learn how to stand above the clouds on holy ground and not be pulled into the reactionary ways. And so I have a whole system in my manual on exactly how to do that self-inquiry and notice when you are stressed out, when you're triggered. And this is the greatest thing about a trigger. Anytime we are being triggered, anytime we are judging, we are impregnating the universe with resistance. And what you resist persists. So we actually order another opportunity. So I began UCLA, and there I learned, not in UCLA, after I graduated, I learned that the Egyptians understood the quantum. They understood that each tooth was related to different organs in the body, and that they medicinally treated with frequency by placing emeralds and diamonds and opals and rubies in the different teeth to whichever organ it was that they were having the challenge with. Very intelligent. So I was back there, I'm probably in this line wearing my bell bottoms in 1977, going for Star Wars. So having studied with Ernest Holmes, with the science of the mind, now we were getting right on the movie, May the Force Be With You. So I was learning to use the Force. I was learning to take great care of my mana and change my thinking and change my life. And so this is where we are today. The earth is not flat. The earth is not round. The earth is a hologram, and it's quantum entanglement. And we each, even right here in this session, we're each in our own universe. And we are experiencing it through our own subconscious thoughts, through our own limited beliefs. The Christ says we're seeing through the veil darkly. And so one of the first places to begin to heal thyself is in our perceptions. Remember that your perception of the world is a reflection of your state of consciousness. And so, like I say, I've coached people for 40 years, and now having the technology, having the frequencies makes my job so much easier, because in the old way, I had to write 1,000 affirmations, getting these neurons to grow differently. And now we can put on the cheek coils, or we can sit in the room with the aura coils, or we can use, which I absolutely love, is the AI, the scalar waves that we can immerse ourselves in 24/7. And so my clients love the immersion of frequencies. And that's why I love this picture on the right that has the healing frequencies just pouring into her heart. So we can shift habits so much easier when we are using the technology. And then all we have to do is fill ourselves with the frequencies. We do need to learn to change our thinking and change our ways, because the coils and the frequencies will go, and if you have a glass of muddy water, those coil right frequencies, the scalar frequencies, the Schumann frequencies, and even I can place the Hawaiian chants or the Sanskrit mantras. We have many quantum programs that we can use according to what your bowl of light needs. So those will begin to heal the mud that's in the glass. However, your own thinking in the moment, you can pour more dirty water back in. So the first thing we want to put in order is the Quantum Mastery program that teaches you how not to pour muddy water into your glass, and then to use the frequencies to heal the subliminal subconscious wounds that oftentimes we don't even know we have, and we don't know that they are affecting our relationships. They're definitely affecting our monies. They're affecting our health, and so forth. So this is what you look like the moment that you really realize that you are the most advanced quantum technology in the universe. That's you. And this is what many, because there are a lot of devices out there, but this is the piece that most ignore or skip, because our mentality is to give the power to something outside of ourselves. And so the mentality is to go to the doctor and get the pill. And then now we have frequency devices. So we go and we buy the frequency device for this disease, not realizing that we are whole, we are root cause, we are first cause, and that whatever symptom, people can have the same symptom, but their root cause can be different. And so that's why this piece is so important, that we do this first. Quantum mastery with your every thought, every feeling, spoken word. And I have a whole 12-step process for that. Quantum mastery, quantum connection. So we have the technology, and this is our goal. And so in my quantum mastery program, we work with your state, your language that you use, your goals, and we want you to learn how to court the divine, to practice the presence, to enhance your own love of self, to say no to negativity, to enhance your capacity to love, your capacity to receive, and your clarity of vision, how to live rich and spiritually magnetize whatever you want or something greater. And so this is what you look like. This is your Vailua. So you're not just the body, you have a body, and you have this toroidal field, which is why I love that David has designed the coils in this toroidal shape, because that is the shape in nature. And so we want to clean our bowl of light. And to thine own self be true. So this is how your thoughts ricochet into the universe. That's how every feeling ricochets into the universe. And they are never forgotten and never overlooked. And this is how we are in family, in business. We are connected by these frequencies. Your universe begins within you. Everything outside of your consciousness is an extension of you. That includes your guides, your teachers, your lessons, your world, and your physical life. You create your reality. I am the source of everything. Through me, God's entire creation flows. We are what we create ourselves to be. The power is within you. The choice is yours. Stop the commotion of suffering, struggle, and the confusion of ignorance. Stand up and be divine. So from the Living New Life Expo, I made an offering. And so I can offer to you as well a free aura scan, a health scan, and a wealth scan and a 30-minute meet and greet with me to go over those. And if you are interested in that, you can reach me at changeyourfrequency-changeyourlife.com, or you can give me a call at 808-773-3237. And we can go over a quantum healing program and plan. I do have a manual that is for sale. You should always get one of David's 24-karat gold, the quantum energy medallion, strengthens your Vailua. And of course, I recommend the AI that can be done 24/7 for prosperity, for health, for business. So any of those are available. Oh, I wanted to show you at the expo, this was my aura picture taken after I was laying on the med bed. So it really supported, and this was just a visual of how well it supported shifting your frequencies. And with the chi coils, it went from red with one of my clients. She was red the day before, red when we did a before and after, and it shifted completely to a golden aura. And so this is one of the medallions that we have available. And if you're interested in the free aura scan, the health scan, I will extend that offering to you as I have done for the people that came to the expo. And so that's a free meet and greet with me, 30 minutes to go over what comes up from your aura scan and your health scan. And that's 808-773-3237. So yes, please, anyone that's interested are intrigued by anything that I've shared, or if you have any questions, please sign up for my meet and greet, and I can offer you the aura scan or the health scan. Thank you so much as well. Yes, I studied with Dr. Hugh Lin and with Auntie Myrna Simeona for my Ho'oponopono, and of course through my own family. So I am a Ho'oponopono practitioner, and I do put that in the frequencies. Glad that you know about Ho'oponopono. Very good. I think we have covered everything. Let's see here. Thank you. Much love. Let's connect. Give me a call. Let's do a 30-minute meet and greet, and let's change our lives. Let's heal the world. Aloha.